Best option now is to go down the road. I know they're all hauling ass around here, but actually their best option is to go to the road.
So for wildfire risk, we found that, or OS have identified that 1.8 million homes sit on a boundary in between the rural and urban margin. So when you look at a map, it's where it goes from your greys to your greens and yellows. And this is where wildfires are most common. Of course, they can happen in remote locations. And when you think wildfires, most people go the Australian bush or California wildfires. In the UK, it's a bit different. They tend to happen near population centres. So that 100-metre margin is the most important area. And we've mapped exactly where every single margin is. This is a wildfire that happened up in Derbyshire, and what we're noticing most is that habitats are changing, especially in times of drought. And we've recently introduced a new product called enhanced land cover, and that means we can now see the exact use for land. Instead of attributing it to saying farming, we can now say no, it's for livestock or it's for cereal crops. So we're noticing a change in trend over that respect as well. At OS, what we can do to help inform future decisions is look at historic records. So we can see change over time observed from the data that we capture. This is Winchester here, this is Alresford, and this, I believe, would be the South Downs. You can see this image was taken, I believe, yes, the 26th of June this year. And then this was taken on the 29th of July this year. So we're talking just a month's difference, but because we've had such a significant heat wave and there has been little to no rain across the south this month, so the main source of our data collection is our flying team. We have very, very sort of low flying planes with these giant cameras attached to it that collect all of these photos, and they scan the entirety of GB every 3 years. And more recently as well, we've invested in drone technology. So we have drones that do flybys of certain areas where we need that extra granularity.
I'm seeing the landscape changing. We've had coastal erosion in the Isle of Wight that's been quite significant and needed mapping quite quickly in order that other agencies could make difficult decisions on what needed to be done. Our data gave them the right information as quickly as possible to enable them to make these decisions, and that's important with everything that's going on with the climate.
Yes, so there's lots of projects that we're looking at the moment in urban heat islands, specifically how cities tend to run slightly hotter than rural environments because of the way that the materials interact with heat. There's a few different projects that I could name, but one that we're looking at quite importantly is district heating networks. So where you have more heat in a certain location, that can be a problem, but it could also be a solution. How can you repurpose that heat that's generated from nearby industry and commercial buildings, and you could use that to then heat the local houses?